Now I am going to use this query to get data from SQL Server to Power BI. So let me just copy this query and okay, no, first I need to copy the server name. So to copy the server name, I will just go to my server, right click, connect, and you can copy the server name and just paste it in Power BI. So once you paste it, the next thing is you need to provide database name. Basically it is optional, but whenever you are using SQL query, you need to provide a database name. So because in SQL query, I will show you, we don't have a database name provided here. So how can Power BI know on which basis, on which database I need to fire this query? So I need to copy this database name, right click here, go to rename and copy it. So once you copy paste it into Power BI, so you will find import and direct query. So basically we will be working with direct query. Click on it and then this is advanced option. So here you are not seeing any place to write a SQL query, so you need to click on advanced option. So once you click on advanced option, you will find command timeout in minutes. If you want to like give a timeout, like how much time a SQL Power BI should take for a connection, or else you can just write your query. Here you can see SQL statement optional but requires database. So what I am going to do is I am going to paste my query here. So I will go to SQL Server. Now I am going to copy my query, Control A, Control C, and I am going to paste it into SQL statement. So right now I have used a very basic SQL query where I am going to use a where condition and which will fetch me data where is status equal to current, like all the present employee. So you can use any complex query as well, joins, group by, cursor, any query you can use in SQL statement. So now I am going to click on OK. So once I click on OK, so this SQL Server database wizard will connect with, that is Power BI SQL Server wizard will connect with my SQL Server database, that is SQL Server Toshiba Tosh and database AdventureWorks, and the query will start working together. So you can see what I am going to get now. So I am going to get display option Toshiba Tosh and this is the AdventureWorks. So basically my server has been connected here and you can see all the database here. So right now there is no item selected for preview. If I go to fields, there is not no required. I can go to fields. So here also there is, I can see there is nothing here. So we are not able to see any columns here. So let us see what went wrong. So what I have done, I have going to get data, SQL Server, and I am just going to my server, right click, connect, copy the server name, paste the server name here, database, copy the database name as well. So I'm click on rename, copy, I am going to paste my database and then I click on advanced option. In advanced option I had written the query. So this is my query, just copy it and just click on OK, because once you click on OK you should get the data which this query written. It is not, it will give you that the selection part which we have seen in just earlier, the selection of database and tables. So once I click on OK, it should give me the data. Like it should, yeah, you can see this one. So basically, this is what we required. We want the data here. So once you write the query, you will definitely get the data or the output of the query. So now as you can see that we have successfully fetched the data from SQL Server query to our Power BI. So just click on load, as we are not going to perform any edit operation here. We are good with the data. So I will be clicking on load. So once I click on load, the data which was currently showing me will come to the Power BI report builder. So now just wait for some seconds, some minutes, give at least a 1 minute, so it will start creating a connection. You can see query 1 creating connection in model. So now Power BI is starting working on backend. So this time is totally based on the counts of the record. You can see working on it. So now in my field section, the column of the table of the query which I have worked should be there. So now you can see this is the query as a data source, which is direct query, SQL Server database, the source name and the database name. So now let me check the status column. So now when I click on the status, so I should get only the current record, not the null values. So now when I click on the status column, the Power BI is working, and yeah, see the status is only current. There is no null records present. So now if I go to here and if I click on employee key value, so there, yeah, you can see it is 290 is the total record. So in SQL as well we have seen 290 rows. So this indicate that we have successfully fetched the data from SQL query to Power BI. So in this session we have learned how to connect Power BI using SQL query and get data using SQL query to Power BI. Thank you.